Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another beautiful and hot day in Florida. I guess summertime's here. I'm Commissioner Ray Sandelli from the Lee County Commissioners. I'm District 3. I have two of my fellow commissioners here with me today, Commissioner Cecil Pendergrass and our Chairman, Brian Hammond. Two of our other commissioners couldn't make it here today, Mike Greenwell and Kevin Ruane, so I apologize for them. They're staying busy. I'd like to just mention a few people. It's hot, so we're going to try to step through this fairly quickly. We've Dan Allers, who I talk to every day, who's the mayor of Fort Myers Beach, is traveling, but Jim Adderholt, the vice mayor, is here. So I'd like to thank Jim and the whole Fort Myers Beach Town Council. They have been invaluable day to day and long term as we look forward. Also, we have here the mayor of Bonita Springs and Rick Steinmeier. Rick, and I'd like to thank you and your team here. I live in Bonita, and so this is my world in a lot of ways, you know, and so thank you very much. A few other people I'd like to just make note of. We have, is Tim Layler here from the Sheriff's Department? Yes. Yep. Sees my size. It's hard to see in a crowd and stuff like this. All I want to say is that the Sheriff's Department has been invaluable to us in this whole process in a lot of different ways. So, Tim, thank you and the Sheriff for everything you've done. Our property appraiser, if you have any issues, is Matt Caldwell near the fence and stuff like this. You can talk to him. But, Matt, thank you for everything. It's not been an interesting run. We have, from Byron Donald's office, we have a representative, and Jesse. And good morning. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you. And it's always good to see Byron on TV and carrying the flag, you know, and so on and so forth. And we have our fire chief. I thought I saw him walk in from Fort Myers Beach, right there. Oh, Bonita, okay. We need to get you a short sleeve shirt and something like that. So anyhow. So if I've missed anybody, I apologize. It's hot. We're going to try to step through this fairly quickly in deference to everybody. But let me make just a few remarks. Today we're taking another step in what has been a very long but very thoughtful process in this Tier 1 property that we're building here, the Big Carlos Bridge, which connects the south end of Fort Myers Beach to Lover's Key on Estero Boulevard. This is a $90.8 million construction contract with Superior Construction, who's going to do the work. A couple things about it which I think are important. One, this is a fixed span project. And I think that's really critical to understand. I think we saw the damages that were done to our infrastructures, the bridges in particular, and how when they fail or are damaged, it breaks up, you know, our continuity in our transportation system. So the fixed span will give us uninterrupted progress, both ingress and egress. It helps with our emergency services, and as importantly, for our visitors that come to visit us. It'll make it that much better. It'll have a 60-foot navigation span, so it'll be accommodate, you know, larger boats and make passage easier, you know, for the larger boats. When it's completed, it'll have one lane each way, and some of this information is on the board over there. And we'll have bicycle lanes. I love biking. I just got back from Colorado, and it's good to see our community getting involved day to day with physical activity of every age. We'll have a 6-foot wide sidewalk on one side, and we'll have a 10-foot shared path on the other. So it's going to allow us to move people safely and in a variety of different ways. So I think that's important as we look at the project as a whole. And it really all is designed for safe passage for our biking communities. We're also going to have a fishing pier. You know, we're still in receiving input on that. We'll continue to work on something that works for everybody. But, you know, if you try to get across the old bridge and people are fishing, it's almost impossible with all the stuff there. So Jim Adderall and I spoke at this a number of times and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be something, in the end product, I think will be a great benefit to everybody. The new bridge will be constructed on the south side or the Gulf side of the existing bridge. So those that are concerned about doing a construction of interruption of traffic, that's not going to happen. You'll be able to move, you know, back and forth as the new bridge goes underway. Question this morning was, how long is it going to take? you know, ballpark, and please, anybody correct me, probably 2 years, you know, something like this, but we'll see. Materials, labor, everything is always a challenge, but use that as a rough time frame. The project also includes relocation of some of the important existing infrastructure for both Lee County and for Bonita Utilities. And I think we all know how important those utilities are as we build back our community and the connectivity for all of that. And so what I'd like to do now is just introduce my fellow commissioners to say a few words. They're a lot smarter than me, so let's see what happens.
Brian, go ahead.
Thanks. Thank you, Commissioner Sandelli. Thank you, Commissioner Pendergrass. And I want to echo what Commissioner Sandelli shared about our partners who are here. We have partners here from the federal, state, and local level, all of whom came together to make this project a reality. You know, one of the things when you drive up and down Estero Boulevard, or even on the Bonita side of these two islands, you see that there's a lot that doesn't look like normal anymore, a lot that doesn't feel the way it used to feel or the way it should feel. But this today is hopefully another sign of hope and another milestone that normal is possible and normal will happen again. And we will be back and probably better than we were before. And so keeping projects like this on track, keeping infrastructure projects like this, even though this is a very expensive project and we even saw some of the costs increase due to inflation and things like that, keeping this project on track was a commitment that the County Commission made because we knew people needed the hope, we knew they needed the infrastructure. And I tell you, I'm so excited about the future of this area specifically because when this is done, you're going to see people enjoying an amazing quality of life where they'll be able to ride their bikes over a bridge that they used to have to ride in traffic. Now they'll have their dedicated bike lanes. People will be able to use it. It'll be very pedestrian friendly. So this is, I hope, another sign of hope for Fort Myers Beach, for Bonita Springs, and for all of Lee County, that we are absolutely coming back and we will be better. And we're here to support you through that. So thank you all very much for everything.
Thank you, Brian.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. Cecil Pendergrass, and thank you for being here. Thank you to all the sponsors of this bridge. I'm saying sponsors. We got all these workers here. Look at all the vendors here working. And thank you for your work. I'd also like to recognize Dave Harners here is our Deputy Director, County Manager, and upcoming new County Manager, and Roger and his staff for bringing this forward. For the last 3 or 4 years, the County Commission has been debating this whole bridge as far as height, the way it's going to look, and the way it's going to be used. So everything comes together for a reason. And this is another example of how important transportation is in Lee County and to the Board of County Commissioners. And like Commissioner Hammond said, as our chairman, this gives more hope back to the community, showing it's another step forward that we make through this area. So again, thank you for working with the town of Fort Myers Beach and the town of Bonita Springs. We've got this is unity working together. This is county government working with the state and federal partners. So again, thank you again. It's going to be a beautiful bridge when it's done.
You know, I love when we use the word hope again. It wasn't that long ago, maybe 8 months, when we took it on the chin. And if you look at the work that's been done by all of you, it creates hope every day. And so it's a great word to finish that up on. I'd like to introduce the guy that I go to all the time. Go, Randy, how do you figure this out? Randy Searcy from our DOT.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. This project started in 1965 when this bridge was built. It had a 50-year lifespan. We're on year 58 now, so I'd like to thank our bridge crew from our operations group. They do a good job of keeping these bridges up, maintained well. Then we brought on KCA, Kissinger Campo, in 2016 to get the design, permitting, and environmental impacts sorted out for the new bridge. I'd like to thank the town of Fort Myers Beach and the city of Bonita for all their input and assistance so far through this project. I usually thank Superior, the builder, afterwards, but I heard they built a bridge or two before, so I'll thank them in advance. I'd like to thank Stella Molnar for the public involvement. It was arduous to get to this point, and I'd like to thank Jen Dorning with Atkins to take us the rest of the way in the public involvement. Thank you.
Randy, thank you for you and your team. The complexity of what we do at the county and within our individual communities and how these things occur has been a life lesson for me, certainly. So thank you very much. So in closing, what I'd like to do is have, right here, is to have a few of the representatives come up here. We'll move a little dirt, get underway, and have the bridge done as soon as we can, so.
Come on forward. Why don't we have the mayors, vice
Yeah.
mayors, city council folks come on. Let's see, we'll all grab a shovel. Commissioner Sandelli, why don't you take the middle?
Yeah. Hi. Take the middle.
Right there, you want to?
Very, yeah. Is that a wing camera? We'll do that.
Careful what you ask for.
Because, you don't want to get on the wrong side of the
1, 2, 3, and hold your dirt. Then we're gonna 1, 2, 3, and you can shovel your dirt.
Okay.
So, okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hold it.
Everybody good?
Yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Good action, Sean.
You broke, buddy. We broke you.
Thank you, everybody. Try to stay cool, stay hydrated.